Hey folks, we're back. This time not on Bambamaro, we are on Maitre D, a boat of some very good friends of us we met already 2 years ago. And we went out with them for snorkeling, catch some lionfish, and that whole thing went wrong. So behind me it's already a caretaker team at work with Joanna.
Taking the fish off the spear is always the trickiest part, and the moment you're the most vulnerable because you're close from the fish.
You were in the water?
I was in the water. She was with the knife and trying to pull it off, and those little spikes are longer than you think sometimes, and just 1 second and it's done.
Just a little tip.
Yeah, just barely touch it and it just goes in, and then you have to rest and hope you can take pain. Yeah.
It's always a tricky situation filming suffering people. How you doing, honey?
It hurts.
Of course, a silly question, right?
Oh
Show me.
It went right in here. Ooh. Yeah, turn it around. Yeah, you can see the purple right there.
Yeah, the hands are already like...
And you're feeling the pain here? Yeah, the pain is going up here, and that finger here, it burns in here like fire. A little bit up here. The whole thing is just swollen. We put it in hot water already, but it hurts.
So on a proper scale, 0 to 10.
I mean, I gave birth to a child, so I know what's pain, but...
So you said that's worse?
It's similar. It's a 9.
It's a 9. So give birth is a 10.
If birth is a 10, this is a 9, but this is like... And you've been putting your finger in the water? Put your finger in the hot water to release the pain and... Oh.
So apparently hot water is the only thing you can do.
Yeah, apparently. And painkiller. But that's not working yet.
So this is the killer? One of them.
That's all the food we have for tonight.
Wait, Xavier, this is a good picture.
I'm not surprised for it.
No, don't do that to your forehead. Relax your forehead, yeah. No, don't do that. I had the probably most painful day yesterday. Since we're on the boat, I got stung by a lionfish right in the finger. Of course, I did a dumb mistake not using our equipment, what we usually use to make sure you don't get in trouble. We usually use like a plastic bottle that's cut open on the bottom. So when you have the fish on top of it, you just push it in, and by pulling it back out, the fish stays inside. But yeah, we've been out and didn't take our bottle, and so I tried to get the fish off the spear with a knife, slipped off, and one spine was enough, and I can tell you that stuff hurts. And you see what it does to your hands. It's swelling. I mean, it's already day after. What we did right away, we went back to the boat, and because the venom of the lionfish is protein based, it's a neurotoxin, and protein is the same like with mosquitoes. The best to apply is heat. So what you do is like you put your hand or whatever is in trouble in hot water, as hot as you can stand, and yeah, kind of stop the poison from traveling further. And I mean, it was painful then again because of the hot water, but after a while in the hot water you feel a relief, and it's like it even felt better after a while in the hot water in the pot where I had my hand in. Had to fill up water again and again for at least an hour, half an hour, to keep it on a certain temperature, like would say like 50 degrees Celsius. I would have to look up what that is in Fahrenheit. But yeah, luckily it didn't get much further, but I took some painkiller, tried to keep it up a little to keep it from even bursting. It still feels like the finger is super tight. It's so, the skin around is so tight. What I did, I put some cream to make it a little bit more elastic. It's a neurotoxin, and because we had snakes back in the days and he knew about all the poison and everything and knew how to react. But for me it was like really just pain in that moment. I mean, the sting itself was of course like a big bee, can imagine, but like really intense, and didn't take long. It was blue within, I'd say like 3 minutes it started to get blue in here and slowly swelling. But the main thing, it was like, it's a really burning sensation. You have the feeling it's like fire in the hand, and it was traveling further and further. In the beginning it was just the finger, then I felt the burning sensation also in the next 2 fingers and a little bit back there. And the burning is just, you have the feeling it's like some acid that was poured over your hand. And yeah, for me pain was everything. Just get some painkiller and try to get the relief. And Andy did the marks where the swelling was at what time. Within what was that, like 2 hours it was swollen, like up here, like really thick. It's a little bit thinner already the next day now, but it moved a little bit further now overnight. But the swelling of the joint also, that was big pain. Like you had the feeling that the joints like kind of explode, and it's I remember last night I said like it feels like somebody took a baseball bat and smashed the whole hand and put some acid on top of it. It was like burning, and everything inside felt like smashed. It's like could barely move it yesterday, and without the painkiller I was like just lost. I was happy that Andy was around, and I knew I could relax and just focus on relief and calm down, because he would take care. And right now I can't do a lot. The only thing is what I already felt, and also Andy recommended, is just to rest it. Don't move it a lot. That's what I already realized yesterday, like searching for position, how to open, close, whatever. The more you move it, the more it hurts. Rest it, find one position, stay like that. And that was one of the fastest when I realized pain is slowly going down. And also today, resting will be treatment. Yeah, so the swelling after 12 hours just went over here. That's the new mark this morning. And the feeling, the sensation right now is, the more I move, I realize again it starts burning. It was almost down to okay. But yeah, it's still like tense. You feel it if like pressure a little bit hurts in there, like really like somebody smashed it. And the expansion of the finger, the swelling, is just the thing that you feel like a lot of pressure, a lot of tickling, and that's what I hope will release for tomorrow. And that's why I follow Captain's advice and rest. It was not planned to do an episode like that, but as it already happened, I thought like letting you guys know what not to do if you don't like pain, what it looks like, and yeah, explain what it feels like, and probably a little bit what to do in case somebody runs into trouble with it. Hot water, as hot as you can stand, painkiller, and try to relax. You can't do much more.
So it's about the same time like yesterday when Joanna got stung by the lionfish, and we want to see how she's doing now. Okay, what are you doing? Because honestly, that looks very weird.
Yeah, I also don't know if I'm doing that right. It is a recommendation from the locals. It's called soft candle, and they said to heat it up and then wrap it around or apply it around the finger because it's so swollen, and they say it's going to take out the liquid. So it should apparently pull out the swelling.
Okay, just put it on the finger and leave it there.
Yeah, just heat the wax and it's called soft candle. Get it very cheap at the supermarket and very common here, and people using that a lot apparently. I knew right away what I wanted.
How's your pain now?
Pain is okay. It's just the swelling. I mean, if I move it if I move it more, then I feel a little burning sensation still, but not bad compared to yesterday. Almost gone, almost completely gone. So no matter where you are, it's always good to listen to the locals. First, they know their area and they know how to treat their stuff. So good idea.
This foundation is in the whole of mountains. Jehovah's the gates of Zion, more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things have been spoken of you, city of God. I'll make mention to Rahab and Babylon, to them that know I. With the old Philistine Tyre, with Ethiopia, it shall be said that this man was born there. And the highest himself shall establish the earth.